to play. Warriors, come out to play. Warriors, come out to play. Warriors, come out to play.
I'm trying to figure out where exactly I want to start with this whole conversation. DJ Vlad. I don't know whether to call him a culture vulture, somebody who just loves black people. But the fact of the matter is he's not black. And that's not the issue here. The issue is that it seems like first of all, he gets paid off of promoting the worst of the black community. Now you have to either be a pimp, a hoe, a rapper, a gangbanger, a drug dealer. For some reason, he finds the worst of the worst and he promotes them on this platform to showcase, I guess, this is the best that black people can offer. This womanizer, this person that has been addicted to drugs all their life, this person that never cared about their kids, never was a provider, never was a protector, never was a role model, furthermore, never was a leader. He does a great job at advocating for the worst of the black community. It's almost like if it's one thing to have a story and you triumph and you're better now. Like you're in a position where, you can do better for yourself now. But it's always, hey, did you have both of your parents? Hey, how long were you locked up? Hey, I bet you did some, crazy stuff in jail. How many of your kids died? How long, were you strung out on drugs? And it's just like, I'm just surprised that more people haven't spoke out. I'm surprised that more people are now outraged, because here's the thing, we do a great job individually at promoting nonsense. But the fact of the matter is, when you say, well, what I'm going to do is on my platform that I have millions of viewers, I want to showcase the worst of the black community. I want to showcase them not being fathers, them not being mothers, them not being productive role models and productive citizens. I want to show that they ain't got their shit together. I want to continuously broadcast that narrative. And I want to, even though I may know some that got their shit together, that's not who I want to interview. I want to bring the worst of the worst. I want to bring the people who have bad attitudes. I want to bring narcissists. I want to bring toxic people. I want to bring people that don't value themselves. They don't value authority. They just really focus on negativity. That's who I want to interview. If you're beefing with someone, if you shot at someone, if you're strung out on drugs, if you're an alcoholic, if you've been in a bad relationship and, and in that relationship, hey, you cheated your ass off, I want to talk to you. DJ Vlad does a great job at finding the worst of the worst. At finding the people who just got released out of prison, finding the people who, been in a gang all their life, finding the people that just shot somebody, robbed someone, finding the people with 15 baby mamas and 14 baby daddies, finding the people that never really had their parents around, finding the people who don't have an education. I mean, he finds the worst of the worst. And I'm kind of asking myself, why is he pimping the black community? And then furthermore, why is the black community allowing him to pimp the black community and go unchecked? Well, this is your notice, bro. I think it's time for you to leave the black community alone. I think it's time for you to move on. I think it's time for you to go find the worst of some other race, maybe your own race. Some other citizens, some other people of nationality that you can just say, hey, let me promote the worst of you. Because my thought process is, I think black people are tired of it. I think people are tired of you giving the voice to people who don't care, about anything, their community, their children, their worth, because they don't know their worth. They don't value their worth. And I can clearly see that in a lot of your interviews. But I think the last one that kind of rubbed me the wrong way was your interview with Mama Duck. And it's just interesting to me how her pain brings you profit. Her talking about her struggle with her children and the environment that they grew up with in the trial and tribulations that she's been going through. Like, it's just like, first of all, you are a terrible interviewer. But second of all, the fact of the matter is how are you helping her? How are you helping her? Like, I mean, are you a psychologist now? Is this a form of therapy? You just say, hey, come on my platform and you can vent, because here's the thought process. I think if the message is, let's stop the violence. Let's advocate for real justice. Let's put down the guns, stop selling the drugs. You know what I'm saying? Stop promoting womanizing. Stop promoting that you need to be the king of your city. And by doing that, you are, the terror in your city. See, the thing about it is we're not having the tough conversations, but we're promoting the most idiotic and craziest shit that we can. And at this point right now, it's a turnoff, period. It's an issue, period. To have a mother who's lost her children come on your platform and for you to pimp her out and say, well, how long you been a bad mother? How long you've kept your kids in that trifling ass area? Why didn't you do better? I mean, because in hindsight, that's basically what you're telling her. How long you been a bad mother? How many other women do you know that, their kids are dying to gang violence and selling drugs? Like, how long your son was a rapper, right? Okay, yeah, he wasn't a model citizen, right? My thought process is, I don't know if she feels that it was a great interview. It was a needed interview, but I'm just going to say, man, divest. Divest from the Black community. I don't know what your infatuation is. I don't know why you feel that pimping out the Black community obviously is profitable, because these grown men and women come to your platform and they tell their story. And it's always, my mom was never there. My dad was never there. They both were locked up, or, I had to fend for myself growing up. It's always these sob stories. But here's the thought process. We have Black people that are successful. We have Black people that are homeowners. We have Black people that are entrepreneurs. We have Black people that are well-versed and educated. And my thought process is, where are those people and why are they not being interviewed on a plethora of platforms? We seem to find the time to uplift and promote the worst of our communities. Like, you can have 100 kids graduate college, but you'll find the one gang member who got out of jail. 100 young people who've just now becoming first-time home buyers, but you want to find a person that was on drugs all their life. Like, it's just crazy. You want to get the rapper that promotes shooting people on sight, running down on the ops. They got the biggest guns. They got all the money. They got all the girls. They lit. They always outside. They ready. Man, let me just get straight to this. Leave Black people alone. Stop pimping out Black people so that way you can get some views. Stop finding the worst of the worst to promote and say, this is the Black community. Y'all see America? This is the best they got to offer. These are the people that we need to talk to, sit down with, because they're going to solve the problems. They're going to fix the Black community. You are the worst of the worst, DJ Vlad. Please leave the Black people alone. I said what it is. I said.
When you experience something disorienting, close your eyes and count to 5.